Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another celebration here at Ancestors Day. First of all, let me just introduce our bow with that side. The chapel. You are more than welcome to move between the bar and the chapel.
Today we are celebrating Ancestors Day. It's our third year, and the importance of this day is to really remember who we are as children of the soil. You cannot be in Africa and not understand anything about being African. You cannot claim to be a South African and detach yourself from the lineage and the bloodline that came before you. So this day is about remembrance, but it's about honor, because as we honor our ancestors, we will one day become ancestors that need to be honored, because we don't want to be memories forgotten, those who came and never existed. We want our legacy to continue, and it can't continue without us anchoring it in this day. And this day is, let us remember that we will too one day want to be known as ancestors.
What's the name of Jesus in your own nation, in your own language? We don't have the name Jesus. So you cannot be telling us about something that we don't have, even have as a name. Come on, uSatan asinalixolo kaSatan ngosintu no Jesus obabili bafike noyelungu. And this part of colonization where the dominant culture becomes the religion of the people. So if Muslims had captured you South Africans, you'd have been Muslims by now. All inshallah. But because you're captured by the British, that's why you're asking me Christian questions. So is Christianity what we ought to be? Or it was part of the colonial system? Go to Tanzania, go to Arab, go to Libya, go to Egypt. Christianity is not their issue because we were colonized by the Muslims. So is Christian. If the Chinese had colonized us, it would have been Buddhists. But who will colonize the African if the African cannot colonize themselves? So you can only become that of the master. So until Africans can colonize themselves, then we can transform ourselves to what we want to be, not what they want us to be.
Uma sikhuluma ngoJesu sikhuluma nge-religion ye-Christianity. Now, nobungoma it's a religion. Uya-understand, so thina sithi umvelinqaki. Now, uma sithi umvelinqaki, we are referring ukuthi we understand ukuthi there's a power that is higher above our sisters, which is the creator of heaven and earth, because amadlozi ethu awadalanga izulu nomhlaba, kepha we acknowledge the masses uNkulunkulu wethu owadala konke okukhona emhlabeni. Now, ukuthi abantu bosuka njani kulolu bizo, kumele abantu baqale ngokuyekela ukufunda iBhayibheli. Kodwa we nathi as abogobela or ngathi abantu abathwasile, kwathina sifuna abantu basuke ngapha, kodwa ayikho incwadi esibayenzela ukuthi bancike kuyo. Umzalwane wakho ukuthi uma ephikisana nawe akutshela ukuthi no, uJohn uthi iGenesis ithi, wena uthini? Ngofika emzalwaneni uthini wena, uthi isintu sithini, sibhalwephi? Sinikezeni incwadi. It is our duty now to bring back people and also senze zethu incwadi ukuthi no, incwadi ethize ithi thina we just talk but we don't act. That's why kunzima manje. That's why ubona abantu balahleka kangaka because asinasiqu sethu, sifuna abantu babuye nje bakholelwe but isiqu asinaso.
Usuku lanamhlanje i-Ancestors Day kimi ichaza ukuthi sibheke emuva la sisuka khona. Singabheki mina njengomuntu ophila enyabeni namuhla, kodwa ngibheke ekutheni ubaba ubani, umkhulu ubani, ukhokho ubani, ulibo lakwethu lwakhiwa obani, nokuthi ubudlelwane mina nabo kunjani. Ngoba ngicabanga ukuthi uma sikwazi ukwenza lokho, kuney'nkinga eziningi namuhla esingakwazi ukuyixazulula. Ngoba umuntu mangabe ephazamise umsamo wakini, kulula ukuthi akwenze noma yini. Manje-ke sinenkinga kakhulu singabantu abamnyama, imisamo yasemakithi yonakele, eminye imizi ayinayo nokubandana ngenxa yey'mfundiso zangaphesheya. Manje-ke mangabe kunosuku olufana nalolu kuyangithokozisa ngoba leli dlanzana elikhona lizophuma lidlulise imiyalezo kwabantu. Nobani azibuze ukuthi ngoba mangabe umuntu into yokuqala ofanele uyazi ukuthi why ula emhlabeni. Mangabe sewazi ukuthi kungani usemhlabeni, ngeke ube ney'nkinga eziningi ngoba uzobe sewazi ukuthi okay, ithi ngenze lokhu engikuzele emhlabeni. Leyo nto uzoyitholaphi? Uzoyithola kubantu bakini noNkulunkulu. So mangibona kwenzeka kanje ngiyathokoza.
When we celebrate our days, there's only one day, Heritage Day. That is why we say we're wearing African, that only one day. But you look at people such as the Muslims and others, what they say is their culture. They wear it and they don't compromise. And then without even, when you look at education, look at some of the most successful nations like the Japanese and the Chinese. They have not embraced English or French to advance their economy. They're using their own languages. So it's a fallacy and a big lie to say that an African language cannot be an economic language. But we really need to start somewhere because the damage has been massive. But I'm personally not one person who gives up easily. I believe with quite a number of people and our leaders who embrace Africanism, who embrace the African dream, including with working with people from diaspora who want to come back to the African continent, we will definitely conquer. And we will one day be happy and be proud of who we are as Africans.
So history also tells us that there's been a distortion of the Bible. History tells us the original Bible is 500 years old, that was found in Ethiopia, that is 100 books, than the current Bible that is about 86 books. The history tells us that Jesus didn't speak Hebrew, which is a very common known Jewish language. Jesus spoke a dialect that is similar to the language of the Amharic in Ethiopia. So what does that tell us about who Jesus truly is? It took Leonardo da Vinci about more than, I think, 20-something years to really repaint the picture of Jesus. So the Jesus as we know him to be is not the one. The story of Jesus and the narrative has been distorted because religion needed to monopolize spirituality and have us all captured into one way instead of multiple ways. So in African spirituality, the concept of resurrection and the concept of reincarnation are both honored. So resurrection is that you are given opportunities to allow the old behaviors, old you to die, which is what the symbol of dying on the cross is, right? And then you on the third day, meaning, after we've done certain rituals, you can then be resurrected, so meaning born anew. Whereas a reincarnation is when you fully just die. And this is where people like us as Izangoma meaning there's a spirit that does not have a body and has found a body in you. So that is, reincarnation. So we don't only believe in one, Spirituality is about and. Multiple things can coexist. Whereas religion says there's only one. You believe in Jesus this way. And that's problematic because this is what has created wars. This is what has created bloodshed. This is what has created multiple dominations of Christianity and controversies around the religion. But if you look at the teachings of Christ, he said, I have come not to take away from what has been placed here. I've come just to add. And his core message was to help us understand that we are actually physical manifestations of God, that we are also co-responsible for our lives. We can't be waiting for somebody to die on the cross. He died on the cross to say the body is mortal, which is what African spirituality says, but the spirit can resurrect and live on, and there's an afterlife.
Imindeni ihlukene kwenzeni izinto. Manje kufuna ukuthi umuntu ulalela abantu bakini bathini kuwe. Ungathi ngoba kwamakhoba kwenziwa kanje bese nawe ufuna ukwenza. Ufuna ukukhuluma nabantu bakini bazokutshela bona ukuthi kwenziwa njani yini. Ingakho ufuna ube nomdlalwane nabo noNkulunkulu ngoba konke esikwenzayo kubusiswa uNkulunkulu. Ngiyizwe nje abantu bethi sikhonza amadlozi akujalo. uNkulunkulu khona konke esikwenzayo. Ngoba singabantu sidalwe nguye, nalabantu bakithi badalwe nguye. Umehluko phakathi kwethu nabo ukuthi bona sebephelele emoyeni, okusho ukuthi baseduze noNkulunkulu. Manje njengoba ekhaya nje mangabe ukhona kunabantwana kunabazali. Mawudinga into uyayicela ekhaya kubantu abadala bakhona. Nalana-ke emoyeni kunabantu abadala ukhuluma nabo. Ucela kubo bakhombisele. Bona bacelele kubo.
It's a calendar. We have Valentine's, we have Father's Days, we have Mother's Days, we have Halloween night, we have Easter, we have Christmas, we have all these days, May Day, Workers' Days. And the question is, what are we doing on those days? And if all these days are Eurocentric, then what do we have as Africans in terms of our own time? So that we can also say once in a year, we have our own Africa Day. Heritage Day has become a drinking day. Independence Day was still not independent. Freedom Day has become Doomsday. Maybe Ancestor Day will help us to connect with the past where we're coming from, appreciate ourselves, and celebrate our history. So for me, this Ancestors Day is a day you could stute. Who are you? Salong bani we? Mtana ngabani? Ugogo ngabani? Mkhulu ngabani? Mama ngabani? Salong ngabani? Mhlobana kanjani? How do you end up in this land? And etc. End of the day, we want Africans to start coming together. So that ultimately, it's not only Ancestors Day in South Africa, it's Ancestor Day for the whole of the Africa. So that the Piris in Malawi and the Piris in South Africa can realize that they're brothers and sisters. The Mukwenas in Lesotho and the Ngwenyas and the Gushungos in Zimbabwe can realize they're the same family. The Jambases, the Lisas in Xhosaland, and the Shokos, the Mkanyas in Zimbabwe, they're the same nation. The Ndlovus, the Kachenis, and the Zhous are the same thing. From here to Tanzania, way beyond into the South Basins of Sudan, you find that we are still having this totemic connectivity as Africans. And until we realize that, we'll be talking about xenophobia as to why would Ndlovu in South Africa kill a Zhou from Zimbabwe when they all are of the elephant. Knowledge is power. Is power.
Kahle kahle I wish ukuthi kube kuthiwa ngiya-understand i-calendar yenu bengizofisa. Kodwa even the dates on the calendar, they are not celebrated the way ngingafuna ukuthi i-Ancestors Day be celebrated ngakhona. I really want this to go all over the world ukuthi nomzalwane akhona uku-acknowledge i-Ancestors Day. Asisho ukuthi umzalwane ayeke ubuzalwane. We have to respect each other's beliefs. But makuthiwa i-Ancestors Day, nawe ukwazi nje ukujoyina lelo qembu la kulelo langa. Khombisa nje ukuthi kunenhlonipho phakathi. Lento ekuthiwa Ancestors Day angifuni ipheleleze engomeni. Ayingenelele nasebantwaneni, ayingenelele nasesikolweni. Ugqoke nje isintu sakho. But we need to understand ukuthi kunesintu, kunesiko, kunedlozi. Now we need to first understand uma sithi Ancestors Day, are we talking about isintu? Are we talking about idlozi? What are we really talking about? Before singafuna ukuthi sonke singa-celebrate.
Ngali babo nobutsolo bengqondo ekwenzeni izinto ukuze sikwazi ukuliphuhlisa ilizwe lethu sinyathele kanye kwimiba eyayamene nenkcubeko yethu ncakasana. Uba ngaba sizawusoloko sijikeleza sihambe sibhadula sikhangela izinto ezenziwa ngabanye abantu behlabathi, kanti sishiya ubutyebi bengqondo obunosilawulela ukuze sakhe imigaqo-nkqubo nemigomo yokwakha ilizwe lethu. Sawuhlala sizizibhadu-bhadu. Ukuze ilizwe lethu libe nomkhomba-ndlela ocacileyo, fanele bana thina sizinze esintwini sethu, kwaye isintu sethu kwasemandulo sasibonakele into okokubana sesona sikrelekrele, kuba amazwe ngamazwe ehlabathi ebesiza kwizwekazi laseAfrika azowuthinta umcuphe wento esiyithungileyo bayisebenzise njengoludwe noluhlu lwezinto lokwenza izinto zibonakale kumazwe abo. Kungani na ke ngoko sithi masibuyele apho sisuka khona, sibuyele emasisweni ukwenzela into yobana sizocana ucwethe kwiingxaki esinazo zelizwe lethu lokokubana singakwazi ukulawula ngendlela eyiyo. Ilizwe laseAfrika okanye izwekazi laseAfrika alibalwa kumanye amazwe amakhulu anobungane, kodwa sinawona amanani amakhulu kweli lizwe abantu esinabo, kwaye abantu bethu baneziphiwo neetalente eziphuhlileyo eziphuhlisa abanye abantu ezingasiphuhlisiyo thina. Sithi ke ngokuba ke sibuyele emakhaya, singoyiki ukuzeyamanisa ngobudlelwane esinabo nezinyanya zethu. Sileli thambo sililo siselizukulwana kuba sinxulumene ngegazi nezinyanya zethu, kwaye asizalani njengegazi, sizalana ngemphefumlelwano yomoya kwabo babekwele mimoya. Ngoko kufuneka sizingce ngaloo nto ukuze sikwazi into yobana sibheke phambili njengelizwe, njengabantu.
Let's